everyone, this is Anne from Odulcina Scrap. Today this is the first video of a series to create those what I call long slim journals. Some people might call it waterfall journals as well because they have the layers on the side. So whatever you want to call them, but they are longer, they're slim, and they have the waterfall effect. So today this video, it's only to create the cover. I'll separate the video because they're getting too long otherwise. So let me show you what you need to do the cover so you can pause the video and go grab similar stuff. You need an envelope. It's a 9x6. Actually, I think it's it's a 9.5. This one is a 9.5 by 6.5 envelope, but that would work just as great if you have 9x6. You need some pieces of fabric. Like I'm going with green and white today. So cotton fabric, old pillowcase, old bed sheets. This is a bed sheet. This is a bed sheet as well. This was, I think, a dress. Okay, some pieces of doilies. Maybe not your best ones, but some that are not too thick and that you don't mind covering a little bit. And you need a big piece of lace. Then I brought more with me, some leftovers, something that is more like either a tulle or a sheer or a fabric that you see through with patterns or not. You can have pieces of papers as well with designs if you don't have, or wallpaper. So we are mixing fabrics and paper. Every time I put fabric, you can put a paper instead. It's just that this one will be mostly fabric, but I'll do others with just paper and just a small amount of fabric. So first, we're gonna fold. We're gonna fold, like I go by just like that. Let me measure to see how big it is. I folded 2.25 inches here. So that could be 2 inches, that could be 2.5. You just want to have enough space here for the waterfall. So I'm gonna use my damaged bone folder to make sure my crease is great. So we now have where the signature will be sewn, and here we can either glue it and forget about that, adding maybe some papers to hide it, or fabric like this one here. I've stitched the fabric, the whole inside, it's a fabric. But the one I'm going to show you how to do this morning, it's the one where we keep the flap of the envelope, and we have a pocket here, little pocket, and same at the back, we're gonna have another pocket to hide stuff. All right, so I'm gonna do this one because it's the more complex one, but if you want to start and it's getting too complicated, you can just glue it and hide it. The other thing we need to do is, I just feel this journal is a bit too big because it's 9.5. So I'm folding a portion of the bottom, maybe 3/4 of an inch. And okay, I've lost my bone folder. All right. this will create a little pocket here. So if I go back to the journal, we have a little pocket here and a pocket here as well. So for that, I'll just use my glue and I'll just glue the middle and the sides. Any glue would work. You can sew as well. If you're using fabric, you can just put a little bit of glue, and then when you're gonna sew the sides, it's gonna hold better. Now here we need to cut because we have two pockets. So what I'm doing first is I'm gonna try to keep the same angle, and sometimes it's a mess. I mean, we try. So I'm gonna go try with the same angle here and on the other side, reaching the score line. And then I just need to make my corner round. So I'll try to mimic the other side. That's all. There's no trick for that. Let's see if I got it. Okay, it's okay for me. So this is what we have, and the glue that kind of remained, because it's a coffee stain paper, it was pre-glued, we'll hold it a little bit, you know, when we close the flap. So it's all good. So we have the inside prepared, and now we're gonna go do the outside. So I love that it's just the paper from the envelope. I love the noise that it makes. It's a comfy feeling. Those envelopes, that's why I love to work with envelopes. As soon as they're coffee stained, they have like a comfy feeling because there are two layers and there's some air in between, right? Because it's an envelope, I guess. Or maybe the kind of paper that they use to do envelopes, but I really love them. I do. So first, this one, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like a background of lace. First, this is from a blouse, a lady's blouse that I got at the thrift store, I guess, or someone gave it to me and I just kept the fabric. So I'll remove the side that was stitched, and I'll trim just to have like 1/4 of an inch or 3/4 of an inch max on the sides. All right, so this will be my base. And now I can fold it just so I can have a visual. I can trim it later at some places when it's gonna be glued. Of course, if you don't have a sewing machine, you can glue the lace like everywhere where you have a little flower or a ribbon, and it works great with the art glitter glue. Really, it works great. Actually, I can show you. I'm gonna stitch at the end, but I can show you what I would do. So I would place my fabric like that, and then I would find a place where there's a design in my lace and add some glue. Now I'm gonna lift it up here and do the same here. And I go like that. So maybe if you want to work and you know you're gonna stitch still, you can put little bits of glue here and there, so you don't have to place your fabric over and over to the good place. So this is what I'm gonna do today, showing you how to glue, but at the same time, it's gonna be good for me, because the glue will hold the lace at the good place. You can just go do a circle too when you know you have a flower. And with the layers you're going to add on top, the glue will go through, so it's going to add more glue at some point when you're going to add the other layers. Maybe not at the back though, so you want to glue it properly. Okay, so I would glue it a little bit more if I would not stitch it, but for me, I'm going to stitch the sides, so that's going to be sufficient. So that would look like that. And now I'm going to work on the cover folded so I can really see where I'm going. So the next step is, maybe because we have a lace, we need to have a fabric that we don't see through, so it cuts the background a little bit. So I'm gonna go with, I don't know, this piece is a little bit bigger, so I'll go with this white one. And oh, first we need a picture. We need to know what we're gonna use on the cover. I'm gonna use this picture of the actress someone. I don't know her, but she's so cute. She's so cute in the way that she was dressing for the pictures, and her hair as well. This wouldn't be final, but this would work, and this will give me an idea of which length I need for the fabric. I'll make it longer so the others can be a little bit smaller, because it's kind of the background. So I'll cut here, and then I'll tear the fabric. All right. Cut my excess. Okay, so this is a start. See, this would be kind of the cover. And at the back here, maybe I can glue a little piece of paper so it holds well at the end, depending if it's too flappy or not. So this would go there. And I want some green. I rarely play with green, and the green works really fine with pink and white and off-white. So I thought it's about time I start using my green. And maybe I could do, yeah, maybe I can do a ruffle here, and then this would be on top with other things. Okay, so at this point, because it is fabric, I can do the ruffle with my hot glue gun. That works really great. You saw me doing that a couple of times in previous videos. And because it's an envelope and I kept the pockets, I don't want to sew on my cover, because if I'm sewing, I'm reducing the size of this pocket, which is already really, really small. So I'll sew on the sides here, but not more than that. So let me just start with the sewing first, and then all the remaining I'm gonna use the hot glue gun or the glitter art glue, just to make sure I'm not stitching my envelopes, my pockets. So let me do that and I'll be back. I stitched all around, as you can see here, all the sides, and here I opened the flap and I stitched to make sure I'm not stitching the envelope together. All right, so now I'm gonna do the fabric ruffle with my hot glue, because I don't want to stitch. So I'm putting a little bit of glue. I'm taking my spatula, giving it the angle, and then I create the creases as I want. I don't want it to go too much outside the journal, just a little bit to give it some dimension. Okay, and now I keep going on. Like that. And I'll do almost the length of the journal, I think at least 3/4. What about something like that? And I'm gonna trim. It's a rainy day today, perfect for crafting. I feel less guilty. All right, so this would be, I'm trying to, I don't want a straight line, so I'm trying to add a little fold here. Okay, am I on frame? Yeah. So this would create dimension. Now, if what it looks if I add this there, the picture would be something like that. And here I'll have a place for a cute bow like that with a long tail. So the bow would come here. Maybe I can go a little bit higher. The bow would be somewhere here. And I have this. So now I need to add more lace. So what I had, let me look. This is a leftover. I've been using many times. I think it's my last one. But I like it. I love those flowers here. So maybe I can still use it and make them a little bit not aligned. And maybe I can add some another lace that we see through, or maybe my polka dot. Yeah, maybe my polka dot here. What about if I have like some sort of a tulle to go a little bit over my fabric ruffle? That would be great. And if it goes a little bit on the side, I hate to use a big chunk of it because I feel it's so precious, this material. Not in terms of cost, in terms of I never know if I'm gonna have, if I'll be able to buy it again. It's so hard to find. Okay, so I'm cutting a piece like that, and again I'm gonna play with my edges. This is too straight, so what I do is I cut while I do a motion on the side, so it kind of make it not straight. So I just cut while I'm moving the scissors. I don't know if you can see the movement properly at the camera, but this is my trick, to not waste an hour trying to cut my edges, but I don't want the straight edges too. So okay, so if I place that like that and I redo my whole thing, how it looks like. I love it. I love the polka dot, the tulle. The effect is really neat. And when I'll glue it, I'll add a little bit of folds. So what I want to do at this point, I think I'm gonna start gluing or stitching, depending on what you like. I created a little fold here while I was stitching 2 places to give it some dimension. And now if I look at what it looks like, that looks like that, and it's pretty It's really pretty. Maybe I can add something here at the back or at the bottom, depending. Maybe I can place it higher and then I can add some, like an applique or something. Yeah, let me look at an applique. We want at this point to glue this on the cover and then add some sort of a deco that comes down, like maybe an applique or some laces, maybe that flower, or a little piece of lace like that. I'm not sure yet because I need to start with gluing Lily. Okay, there's different ways to glue. So if I flip like that, I can see here that it goes out a little bit. So I have all of that I can decorate. So I have this piece of light cardstock so it will hold firmly, and it's printed on both sides, so which is good, but not necessarily. So I could kind of match here to not go outside, and now I can trim maybe like that. Okay, so I could do that. It doesn't prevent the pocket to be in use. It kind of decorates the inside, and this pocket, this flip still works. And I would just need to ink the sides, and this would hold well my my cluster here on the cover, and then I can add more stuff. Or, and it's because I was looking for a light cardstock printed that I came across this that I did in my last videos. This is one that I didn't do. I just stapled them together, and I still need to add more laces or leave them like that. But I thought I could maybe use this because they are light cardstock. Glue the last one, and then we would have those flip here. This would hold well Lily from on the cover, and I would just need to cut this a little bit, the flap of the pocket, just cut it a little bit more. We don't care, they don't need to match because there's going to be a signature here. So just to be more fancy, I'm going to do that. But the idea is good with a Polaroid picture too, that you can just glue the Polaroid like that, and you can maybe add another deco here. So you have different options, but I'm going to pick this one today just to make it really fancy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut and trim that later on. But right now, I just need to make sure that the Lily is at the good level. So if I go like that, I think this would be perfect. And that means I can place this like that. So I'm going to glue. So holding my trick to glue is my own frame. I'm holding firmly here, and because we have a straight edge and I want the edge to be glued perfectly, I'm going to put the glue on the edge here. And here I'm not sure where it goes, so I'm going to put the glue on the edge of my tag and inside. Now I need to remove my finger. Oops. Add more glue. It is a delicate operation, but at least you're not putting glue everywhere you don't want. I can remove that now, so I can press firmly to make sure it glue well. The hot glue would work fine too. maybe you'll find it easier. All right, what it looks like. It's glued well. Perfect. This is perfect. All right, I need to trim that cover. So I'll go, you know what, I'll just go straight line like that. What about that? And I'm not straight. I need a little bit of ink to kind of finish it. Just a little bit of ink, and I'll do the same here. Okay, so for the inside here, this is really sweet. I like it. I'm gonna add some laces here, add something in the pocket, do a little deco here, and this inside cover will just be awesome. But now we have something really like robust to hold Lily. Where is she? She's here. So now we have Lily like that. I can glue it. So let me glue it. Glue the picture. I'm gonna just glue half of it and then the other half. Here we go. Gorgeous. I love it. Okay, so now I need to decide if I want an applique or a little piece of laces. And I really find that the look of this journal, how it came out, is it really looks vintage. So I prefer this lace. This is a gorgeous lace from Crafty Me shop. And I cannot use a whole line of it because I'm gonna run out too quickly. So I'm just using little pieces and I trim it. So I'm thinking maybe I can put it like that. And I'm gonna remove the straight line here and I'm gonna reuse it somewhere else. So let me trim. Okay, see, I removed the trim and this is good for something else. Like here maybe. Oh yes, I'm gonna glue it right away. This would be perfect, just perfect. Wow. Oh, I love those laces. They are real vintage laces from Crafty Me shop. If you don't know her, she's selling only on Facebook. You need to join her group called Crafty Me shop. I'll put the link in the description below. And she does a sale every Friday or Saturday sometimes, every week. And then she processes her orders through the week. And then eventually she ship it somewhere during the week and she goes over like that. So, okay, so see, we don't have the edge here. So it's more like melting down with everything. I'm just wondering if I want it to be like which length I want it though. Do I want to cover the ruffle? I don't think so. So, but this edge, I need to trim a little bit, I think. Just to give it some curves. So maybe like that. I'm gonna play with that. It's like here, it's too straight. So I'll just remove a little portion here. Now it should fall correctly. Like that. And here like that. So it seems like, how about that? And we're gonna have the bow here with the long tails that would kind of add something here. And I found as well a cute flower. It's a lace, like it's a row of flowers. Let me show you. Again, it's a Crafty Me shop lace that I bought maybe a month ago. And it's just flowers like that. So I removed just one. And I'm gonna use that one to do the corner here. How about that? Yeah, I like it. Okay, so let me glue this one, because there's lots of layers of fabric. I'm gonna use my hot glue gun for the middle. Yeah, placing it correctly, maybe a little bit lower. Okay, like that. And I think I'm gonna leave it floppy like that, which is cute. And this, I'm gonna glue it with my art glitter glue. We have some fabric here, so that should hold well. So I have a little flower here. I'm gonna use the flowers. Like that. It's a delicate operation. Here, the flower. I want to leave it a little bit floppy, so I don't want to put too much of glue, but we want it to hold, so just putting some glue at strategic places and let it dry. So here, I think I'm gonna add just little pieces of hot glue, and the lace on top will hold it. Okay, and a little bit here and here to complete. I can press with my spatula. How it looks like. I just need to add the bow, and this cover is kind of awesome. Let me see. The bow will be somewhere here, or maybe here. Yeah, here. So this one, or yellowish. I think I prefer the yellow. It kind of match really well the dress. So I'll keep my pink one for later on. Okay, I need some cheesecloth to go under the bow, or tulle, something that will give some dimension. But I've used a lot of the tulle there, so I think the cheesecloth will be perfect for this one. So when I'm gonna glue it, I'm gonna create some folds and then add the bow on it. Maybe because it's a long journal, maybe I can give it some dimension, a little bit like that, instead of just, you know, at the top. So yeah, I'm gonna glue it like that. Add a little bit of glue and play with my folds with the spatula. This kind of look good to me. A little bit of glue here. All right, and what about if I add the bow now, like that? I like it, but it's missing a little something here, I guess. We can have something that goes down here, just to fill a little bit. And I think I'm gonna use that here, like a little length, to kind of give more dimension in the middle. So like this one, the green matches, and I'm gonna put 2 or 3 of those, different length. Let me see that. If I remove the bow, place them here like that, and then I put the bow on top. I like that. So let me glue that. And then I'm gonna trim them to size. So another piece of glue here. I'll put my bow. I place my tail how I want it to go down. This is really important because you don't want the tail to go like that on your picture. How it looks like. Yes, this is good. Maybe this one could be a little bit more straight. Okay, so now it's the trim time. So I can go little details. This is me, you don't need to do that. Cutting my tails. And here, what about this? I'm gonna cut different length. I like to end it with, if there's a little something, I like to cut the thread just after. Okay. I want one shorter. All right, what it looks like. And these are just too long to end it up. They're just too long. So I'm gonna remove some. All right, our cover is done. Here you go. So we have the flower at the top with the bow, the cute lily actress, all those laces. And then when we open, this looks like that. Should I zoom out a little bit? This looks like that. And inside, we already have this done. But this is gonna be another video to keep going on with that. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.